Scholarship, or GCARE. It's a scholarship that is offered by South Korean government, and there are two tracks of application. The first one is embassy track, and the second one is university track. Embassy track simply means you apply through the embassy, and university track simply means you apply through the university. In this video, I am going to tell you how you can go about figuring out which universities are under embassy track, type A and type B, and which universities are under university track, as well as UIC, which is University Industry Corporation. But it is also important for you to note that there is a way for you to know the majors that are available. I made a video last week. The link will be up there. You can go ahead and click it and then watch that video to know how you can go about having information about the majors that are available and the departments, as well as how you can go about having the contact information of the different universities, as well as embassy addresses, because when you're applying through embassy, you have to make sure you submit your documents through the embassy. And also you have to contact your embassy to find out from them if you have to submit your documents in person or you have to submit them through a postal service. And also through the university, there's either the possibility of you applying online or through paperwork. I'll tell you how you can go about doing all of this. But first, make sure you subscribe, share, and then click the like button. Let me make sure I share this video on my Facebook group. For those who are preparing for the Global Korean Government Scholarship, it is important for you to note that I am online every Sunday, normally at 8 p.m. South Korean time, but something might hold me up and I might not be able to come online on time. But I would always be online between 8 and 9 or 10 p.m. South Korean time. Please make sure you share, you subscribe, because if I have to read your SOP, it will depend on how far you're sharing my work. I cannot spend time reading your documents for free, right? That being said, now, if you're applying through the embassy track, it is important for you to note that you can select up to 3 universities. I am also going to explain to you why embassy track is important or good, can increase your chances, as well as how you can go about increasing your chances if you apply through university track. So make sure you stay to the end of this video. Now, for embassy track, if you're applying through embassy track, you have to select 3 universities. I hope I'm audible because I just created a video and there was no sound. If you're going through embassy track, you select 3 universities and then submit your documents through the embassy. You have to contact your local Korean embassy in your home country to find out if you're submitting through a postal service or you can submit in person. You have to contact them to find out. You know, COVID came and they kind of avoided face-to-face contact, and despite the fact that COVID has ended, they are yet to uplift some of those restrictions. So you need to contact them and then find out. When you submit your documents, they will review your documents to make sure everything is okay. If everything is okay and you meet the requirements, they will then make sure they schedule an interview. If you pass the interview, they'll submit your documents to NIEED, which is the Education Office in South Korea. NIEED will then have to screen your documents, and then if you also succeed in going through NIEED, they would submit your documents now to the 3 different universities that you had applied to. Those universities will also have to screen your documents, and then if they feel like you've fulfilled all the conditions, they will then schedule an interview also. So do not be surprised that you might have the first interview with the local Korean embassy in your home country, and then through the different universities in South Korea. All of the universities might decide to interview you through an online medium, maybe Zoom or Skype. They would inform you through email. Some might not ask for an interview, but if it happens that they ask for an interview, you have to be there on time. So now, how do you go about selecting the universities for embassy track? Let me share my screen with you. There is the application guideline. On the application guideline, there is this section called embassy track. You would find it here, embassy track. You would find General Overseas Korean. So there is type A. It has 24 universities, and these are the universities right down to Yonsei University. So those are the universities that are under type A. And then there is type B. Type A, it is important for me to indicate that type A universities are mostly universities that are in the cities, especially in Seoul. Ulsan National University is in Ulsan, but it is an advanced institution. So that is why it is there. I think there is also KAIST. Those advanced institutions that have a name will be under type A. And then type B are mostly universities that are out of Seoul, the capital city of South Korea. So you must make sure you select at least 2 universities from type A and 1 university from type B, or 1 university from type A and then 2 from type B, making a total of 3. So basically, you must make sure you select at least 1 university from either type A or type B. You cannot select all 3 universities from type A or 3 universities from type B. You must select at least 1 from type A or type B, making a total of 3. So that's how you can go about selecting your universities when filling out the application form. I also have videos on how to fill out the application form. They will be down in the description of this video, so you can go ahead and look at them. It's very important. So that's how you can go about selecting your universities to apply through embassy track. Remember, I said embassy track means you apply to your local embassy in your home country. And then now, what is university track? University track means you have to apply directly to the university in South Korea. It is important for me to indicate that every university has their own application rules. It is even on this application guideline document. Some universities might want you to apply online and then print out the documents and then add them to your documents and then send them to South Korea. Okay, before I continue, know that for embassy track, you have to produce 1 original and then make 3 photocopies of that original. So for example, even your authenticated documents, which are your graduation certificate, your transcript, and then document of nationality, you will have to print out 3 of them. And then for letter of recommendation, your recommender is supposed to make 1 original and then make 3 photocopies of that original and then hand them to you. They must make sure they put them in different envelopes. So there is 1 envelope that contains the original and 3 envelopes that has the photocopies. Before handing it to you, they have to sign on the covering flap of the envelope. So it's very important that they cover it before handing it to you. It's very important because letter of recommendations are supposed to be secret. The student is not supposed to see them. But if it happens that they give it to you, do not submit it while it is open. If not, you will be disqualified. Take note of that. But with university track, you will just submit the original document. You're not supposed to make 3. You're not supposed to make 3. Now, how do you go about knowing which universities are under university track? If you go down on this document, you will find university track as it is written here. I hope people can see me online. I don't know if I'm live on Facebook. Just give me a second, please. Either way, if we are not live on Facebook, we will produce a copy of it on Facebook. Now, this is University Track. University Track has UIC, University Industry Corporation. I'll explain that one, but let's go to regional. So there is this regional. You can then go ahead and select your University Track universities from here. UIC simply means, if you go down on this file, there is a list of countries. If it happens that your country is not on this list of countries that are eligible for the Global Korean Government Scholarship, then you can apply to UIC universities. UIC is open to every country. So for countries that are not available in the quota of countries that are available here, it says here program quota. If your country is not on this list, you can then go ahead and apply through UIC. So that's just the difference. So if you're applying through University Track, select a university from the regional section. If your country is not on the list of GKS, apply to one of the universities that are under UIC. Now, I said I would give a tip as to how you can go about acing the GKS Embassy Track. With Embassy Track, you have the opportunity to apply to 3 different universities, which means you can apply to do physics, that is for your first choice. Second choice might be chemistry. Your third choice might be maybe biology. When writing your statement of purpose, focus on your first choice. If your first choice is physics, focus on explaining to them why you are motivated to do that major. Make sure you go to the university website, look at the outline of the program, look at the courses that are being offered. Try to explain to them the fact as to why some of those courses might be your motivation for applying to that degree program and to that university, because it is important for you to explain why you've chosen that university. Maybe it's because of the degree and the course outline for that degree. And when you're, like I said, when you're writing your statement of purpose, focus on your first choice. Don't try to write a statement of purpose that is trying to explain why you think physics is the best choice for you, why you think chemistry is the best choice for you, why you think biology is the best choice for you. Focus on your main choice. What they want to know is how motivated you are to study in South Korea, because they don't want to give the scholarship to somebody who is going to go to South Korea and then abandon their degree program. It's very important. They want to really see motivation in your writings, and they also want to see that you are able to communicate with them through writing. So don't submit a document that has a lot of errors, which is why I always say give yourself enough time to read your statement of purpose, to read your study plan, go over them, hand it over to people. There might be errors, grammatical errors that you might not be able to spot, other people might be able to spot. Yeah. Then the fact that you're selecting Embassy Track means if University 1 does not accept you, you have the possibility of being accepted by University 2. If University 2 does not accept you, you have the possibility of being accepted by University 3. Those are the advantages of applying through embassy track. You have a latitude of at least 3 universities. If A says no, B might say yes. If B says no, C might say yes. Now, how do you increase your chances when applying through university track? The first thing is try to avoid universities that are in the big cities. What are bigger cities in South Korea? Busan is a tourist destination. It has a lot of foreigners, which means a majority of the universities that are in Busan will see students applying to those universities a lot. Daegu, it's a big city. Despite the fact that it is small in terms of size, it will see a lot of students applying to Daegu University, Kimyeong University, Gyeongbok, Daegu Gyeongbok, University of Science and Technology, Yeongnam. Yeah, I know those universities because I lived in Daegu for about 4 years. So avoid bigger universities. Avoid universities in Seoul, except you know you have a really, really good application file. Avoid those universities if you really want to study in South Korea. Yeah, because the competition will be stiff. Imagine 100 students applying to Seoul National University when they would only take maybe 3 from your country. So this solution is that try to avoid universities that are very popular. It's easy for you to figure them out. Go to Google and then Google the map of South Korea and then go again on Google and then look for major cities in South Korea. You will see them, and then look for those universities now that are not in the major cities and apply to those universities. You will increase your chances. But know that you cannot go to South Korea and then change your university. If you've selected your university, but do not compromise the quality of education as well. It's not like the universities that are out of the main cities do not have good lecturers or professors. But do your research, look for the standings of those universities, international standings. Look for those things online. It's easy for you to figure them out on Google. Use Google to figure those things out. Yeah, so that's how you can go ahead and then increase your chances through either embassy or university track. Focus on your essays. Like I said, I always say it at the end of every video. If you want me to read your statement of purpose, I should see you trying to help me also. Share everything that I share on Facebook or Instagram. Like on YouTube. Share also my content from YouTube to other groups, maybe on WhatsApp, any group. Because when you will ask me to help you, I would go to your profile and see if my work is on your wall. From there, I'll decide. Yeah. Imagine me having to spend 3 hours of my precious time in this busy Asia to go through your 2-page statement of purpose, to correct it and then send it back to you for you to do the corrections yourself, because we have to work hand in hand. If I do the work for you, you will not succeed in your interview, because your interview will come from your statement of purpose. I would have to send it to you at least 3 times for you to do corrections. That is my valuable time. What am I getting from it? Yeah, so those will be my conditions for me to read your personal statement. So if you're coming to my inbox to ask me to read your personal statement, I'll also go to your wall to check if you have been engaging with my content. That being said, I'm going to end the video here. Remember, the Global Korean Government Scholarship begins sometime in September, which means we have practically maybe less than 3 weeks or less than a month for them to launch. And I am live every Sunday between 8 and 10 p.m. South Korea, Japan time. If you have questions, come and ask your questions under the videos. Ask your questions through post in the different groups that I have on Facebook. Yeah. That being said, if you know you've not yet subscribed to the channel, make sure you do subscribe, and I will see you in the next one. Bye bye.